How's it going, everybody? So we're back talking some more X-Men 97 on the channel with episode 10. We have reached the final part of the 3-part season finale, which I am ecstatic to talk about. It's been tough stewing on the conclusion of episode 9 all week, talking with you guys. Desperately needing to know where we go from here, with the X-Men fractured, but also Magneto ripping Wolverine's adamantium out of his body. Man, this final episode of this 3-part finale truly delivered, in my opinion, as far as the great build-ups, and also setting up some stuff for the potential season 2, as far as where they're going to take the storyline. Firstly, I love how we open up the episode between Charles and Magneto reminiscing about the time that they revealed to one another that they're mutants, while also having a great reveal that it was all inside of Magneto's mind. After Magneto went and ripped out Wolverine's adamantium, trying to bargain with him to get him to fix everything, and obviously Magneto is not going to do that, and in the process he just decides to break Magneto's psyche and then has to repair it. Honestly, with how the story was progressing, I kind of was expecting this to happen because it happened in the comic books in the same exact way, but they did subvert my expectations because I really thought in some shape or form we were going to be setting the seeds in place for Onslaught, and I definitely think the seeds are planted here for that villain down the road, but at the very least it isn't paid off immediately, so that's going to be something I'm going to be thinking about every episode in the future. Slowly over the episodes, as we've gotten more and more cameos, it does seem like we're leading into events of like Avengers versus X-Men, but also just selfishly as a big comic book fan, I was hyped getting to see all these different cameos because Bastion enacts the Operation Zero Tolerance. So we get a look at a multitude of different heroes. Cap, Iron Man, Daredevil, that was one that I was extra hyped for. Doctor Strange, I think briefly we even saw Cloak and Dagger, and then we saw Peter and Mary Jane. Seeing Mary Jane makes me wonder what the resolution was of the 90s animated show, because the last episode was Peter going to try and find Mary Jane. I guess he did. One of the more surprising ones in the battle was Black Panther and the Dora Milaje, not because it's the Black Panther, but it's King T'Chaka who is Black Panther in this, not T'Challa. Speaking of Bastion, he really went through like a Cell from Dragon Ball Z level transformations just in this finale. Each and every single one of those evolutions continue to be more and more horrifying. With where we left off Jean Grey in the last episode, I kind of expected her to come back. That's kind of just what Jean Grey does at this point. This time through the power of the Phoenix Force to briefly save the day, just completely wrecking everything, even Mr. Sinister. If anything, it was hilarious because Mr. Sinister now looks like an extremely old man. Going back to Magneto and Xavier's storyline, I thought all of that stuff was beautifully done because as much as I like all of the X-Men, I do think at the heart of X-Men always is going to be that brotherhood between Magneto and Xavier. You truly realize just how strong their bond goes. There's several different moments that pulled on my heartstrings in the finale, but one of those was Magneto going through the gamut of emotions because you do understand why he feels so much guilt and betrayal from Xavier over the years, and yet despite how many different skirmishes that Xavier and him go through over the years, at the end of the day, they are basically family. Considering how much buildup we had to this big final battle between the X-Men and Bastion, I think it did truly deliver. It is unfortunate that Wolverine is not a part of this battle. On the bright side, he is alive. But it was amazing seeing all the X-Men come together, using all of their powers to try and take down Bastion. The major highlights definitely being Rogue. Rogue has been a major standout of the entire season, but the show has done a phenomenal job showcasing just how powerful of a character she truly is, and the fact that she's doing this all for revenge for losing Gambit. One of the other major ones I was hyped so much about was Cyclops, showcasing just how powerful Cyclops is, something we didn't ever really get to see in the live action films. Now I totally get it why after this big battle they have between them and Bastion, they're gonna try their best to reason with him when it comes to the future of humanity, but by this point I think it was very evident that Bastion is not gonna go back on his plan at all. I really don't think he was going to change his mind. One of the other moments I was really torn up by was Jean and Scott giving this big farewell to Cable. Juxtaposing that with Morph changing into Jean Grey to tell Logan to hang in there was definitely an unexpected odd choice. But whatever it takes to get Wolverine to survive, I guess, if he thinks that Jean is the one by his side. This ending though, and where we're building things up in a season 2, had me really surprised. I was not expecting them to go in this direction. The X-Men get yanked through time and split apart. Scott and Jean are in the far future. They even get to see a young Nathan, while essentially everybody else gets sent to the past, and that was evident to me by the big reveal. They end up running into En Sabinur, aka a younger version of Apocalypse. So it seems like we're doing some sort of Rise of the Apocalypse arc, at least in some shape or fashion, especially when we had that little mid-credits scene with Apocalypse as well. So I'm very curious how we're going to reincorporate Apocalypse into the story, because I remember him being a part of the original animated series. I cannot wait till season 2. I don't know when season 2 is coming, of course. Hopefully sooner rather than later, but this entire season has been amazing, and it sucks that it has to end, even though it was an exceptionally perfect ride. But now I've heard my thoughts on the finale. Make sure you share your thoughts down below. What did you think of the X-Men 97 season finale? Did you like the episode? Did you not like the episode? If you have any theories where you think are going to go with season 2, share those down below as well, because the fun of this is having that conversation with you guys in the comments section. Thank you guys, as always, for checking out the videos. I always do appreciate it. Make sure to leave a like on the video and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so you update reviews, reactions, unboxings, and more. Till next time, I'll see you guys later.